Hello, 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 sages, and welcome to yet another session. Now, let me get this out of the way real quick. My allergies have been acting up. Our weather has been up and down, cold one day, hot the other. Well, not hot, but point is, it is warm right now, so I have my fan on, and you may hear that in the background. And hopefully my allergies won't make me cough or sneeze a little too much. So all of that you may hear. But I do have good news. I'm not going to do a deep dive on them. So my timing should be good, okay? Now, them, you may be wondering, who is them? That is the Dixons, honey, okay? The Dixons. Now, I was just wondering, basically, are they going to get married for real, for real? Or is this a, failed storyline? So what I've done is a double reading. You guys know that I've done that before. This time, it's a little different for two reasons. One, I am using a special message deck, and I straight up asked, what message do they have for each other right now? But the tarot question is, what made each of them decide to get remarried? All right. Now, the difference in this reading is because I kept going back and forth on who to present first. And I couldn't decide because they're both equally interesting. Okay. And so I thought, you know what I'm going to do? Because this is what I was going to do anyway. I'm going to compare and contrast. So they are going to be going head to head with each position. I've never done that before. So this is something new, and we're just gonna, take out a little magnifying glass. All right. Or sometimes, like I say, it kind of feels like we peeking in their window of their house, just kind of looking to see what they doing, what's going on. Because, hey, they the ones on reality TV, so let's just peek in their window. Now, what else do I need to tell you guys? So yeah, the special deck's about the messages that they want to send to each other. And let's get started. Oh yes, let me say this. For the sages, you guys already know how it works. For the new people, welcome. And there are 5 positions. Each one is important. They play a certain part in the way this person made this decision. And there will be 1 bonus card, and in this case 2. But the 1 bonus card that I always do is the energy card, which influences all the rest of the cards to come out. So like what the person's energy is. So without further ado, let's get cracking and begin to sage this out. Real quick though, okay? Just in case I do have some new sages, let me tell you who I am. I am Indigo Sage, an awakened soul. I do have a spiritually based website at unapologeticallysage.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and good old Facebook. Yes, Facebook is still running, you guys, and you would find me there in those places under unapologeticallysage.com. But first, before we continue, what I need you all to do is bring your beautiful eyes to the bottom of your screen, no matter what screen you're looking at, whether that is your iPhone, your Android, your Cricket, your whatever screen, whether it's an iPad, a laptop, a notebook, whether it's your flat screen or big booty screen TV, whatever screen you're looking at, bring your beautiful eyes to the bottom of it And look at that red bar at the bottom, and what it says is, this is for entertainment purposes only, and every single word is what? Alleged, and not to be used as facts. So anytime that you see this red bar at the bottom, the sentence inside applies. Even though I didn't do a deep dive, I did want to set the record straight because I was in another session speaking about someone else and their websites and stuff, and I did mention how when I first found out last season that Robyn had a website, I went on it and it wasn't working. Well, I went on it this time, and I am happy to announce that it is working, up and running and working. However, every single thing that she sells herself is all sold out. And I'm bummed out because there was actually a cute sweatshirt that that I was interested in. Anyway, but it's every single thing is sold out. Now there's a large variety, but they're all sold out. So that was you guys already know how I feel about that. So I'm not even gonna go into that. I'll save that one day for when I go live, and I'll do behind the scenes or extras or whatever. So continuing on to another section, the last section of her website, something I thought was kind of, I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was sad because she's advertising a lip collection, and it's not hers. Yes, it says Robyn Dixon lip collection, but I believe that it's something like her own, like it's not, anyway, it was created and ran by a woman named Vicky Irvin, and so then there's a link to click on to go there, and you go there, and actually I didn't even see Robyn on hers, but anyway, this woman created some, you know, lip gloss and lipsticks and cosmetics and stuff for women of color. All right, and that's great, but I was like, Robyn, the only thing working and available on your site is a link for someone else's site, and she ain't got nothing sold out. That lady is on and popping. And then there's lots of coupons that pop up. Lots of coupons for what, Robyn? You know, there's nothing, you ain't got nothing for sale on there, but there's a coupon for 15% off of zero, so you know. Anyway, so I just have to get that out the way, and we will continue. So real quick, just to remind and refresh, excuse me, oh my gosh, and when I remember to take the allergy pill, y'all, I couldn't because it was right before I was getting ready to record, and you know, I told y'all before, I accidentally bought the wrong kind that makes you sleepy, so I can't be sleepy and trying to record. Now, just as a reminder, last season, Juan did this, and your girl Robyn was very shocked, happy, pleased, and all of that. So this is what we talking about, okay? We talking about this moment, what led up to this moment, like, you know, the feelings and emotions that they had, you know, or have still, you know, Robyn and Juan about remarrying. Why do they want to remarry exactly? And when I say why, I'm not implying that anything's wrong with it. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just getting all up in their business. And you are too if you listening. Okay, let's peek through this window together. Now, I'm going to tell you right now. What was funny to me but was not shocking. Her cards are more emotional. Okay, so you'll see more words and stuff written on her cards. His cards are less, but they're less emotional driven, but with the same intensity. Okay, so of course we are starting out with the past. The past is very important to start out with because this card represents It represents whatever happened in the past that influenced the decision. Okay, so something, whatever it was that happened in the past that they took in consideration. So for Robyn, we have the Two of Pentacles, and this is reflecting on the unique changes in the past that currently characterizes her life. A skilled woman balancing work, family, and love, making careful calculations about whether she's ready for the next step. The next step in love is marriage in her situation as it relates to reality TV. There's a reason why I said that. She may need to decide what is most important to her and make some choices to prioritize or deprioritize the remarriage. Now, I feel like her back was up against the wall and to make this decision. I really do. Because it's on reality TV, and this lady, let's face it, let's keep this 100. She didn't have a storyline. You know, you can only chase around Giselle so much. And so her back was up against the wall. And that is my opinion of Indigo Sage, okay? But so basically she was just balancing all of, you know, like I said, work, family, and love, and making careful calculations about whether or not she's ready for it. And I guess she felt like she was ready for it. Okay? Now, one thing that I want you guys all to know that is very interesting about this reading for both Mr. Dixon and Mrs. Dixon, honey, all of their cards were what? In reverse, except for one position. And this is totally weird and strange. First time it ever happened that they were all the same position for both of them. Both of these people, the past was upright, and that was the only card upright. All the rest of them reversed. Okay. That was strange to me, and you guys already know that when a person, you know, because like I said, there's a total of 6 cards. When there's 5 out of that 6 that's reversed, I'm always particularly interested in the one card that's upright, because the one card that's upright is the strongest feeling or emotion or intent that the person has. So her strongest thing about this decision was calculating the balancing, you know, of her life, and if she was ready for this next step. Okay, so let's move on and look at what was in his past that, you know, shaped his decision making. I'm gonna be honest, I started cracking up when I saw this card for Juan. I was like, Juan, I mean, Juan, you feel like, okay, Sages, y'all know that I go off of imagery a lot. I use 2 different decks. Robyn's deck is the Sobolo deck by Barbara Moore, and Juan's deck is the After Tarot. I forgot who it's by, but anyway, it is called After Tarot. Now, this imagery straight up. First, I mean, this is what influenced him to ask her. Good Lord, look at death creeping up behind him. This reminded me of what people used to call back in the day shotgun wedding. And I'm not saying that to say, not shotgun wedding, just in case there are some listeners who are not familiar with that. Shotgun wedding, way back in the day, used to be a joke where, you know, a young man would get the woman pregnant or whatever by quote unquote accident, and she'd have to tell her daddy, and her daddy would pull out a shotgun and tell the young naive boy, you know, you gonna marry my child, you know, you got her pregnant, you're gonna marry her. So whether the dude wanted to or not, he was forced to marry, the woman because of that. He had a shotgun, so therefore it's called shotgun wedding. And in this photo, not the photo, but the imagery, it reminded me of that. Because it's like, okay, walk with me, y'all. So you have the miser, who, this is 4 of coins. And the coin, okay, wait, it's 4 of pentacles. The pentacles is the coin. The coin is the money, honey, okay? So we have the miser sitting here, holding on real tight to his coins, okay? And if you watch Real Housewives of Potomac, you already know why. And which that's because Robyn messed up his millions of dollars. He was a professional basketball player, and she trusted the wrong person, and they took all their money, and so he went from 1 million to 0. And that's him in that chair holding his money, hunty. And instead of a shotgun, you have death with that axe creeping up behind him. And just for this card to be the only one upright, and this helped influence his decision to ask her, you can't tell me that don't remind you of a shotgun wedding. And so instead of the father being the one with the shotgun, it's like Bravo producers is like, look, what y'all gonna do? Either, another saying is, what do they say? Piss or get off the pot. It's like, hey, what y'all gonna do? Y'all need a storyline. What y'all gonna do? All right. Holding on to past. Issues with insecurity or fear are involved, which means time needs to be taken to resolve before moving forward. Okay, so of course the fear and insecurity, since this is the miser and he's holding on tight to them coins, I'm sure that's about the money, honey. Continuing. Here we are at Robyn's present card. And again, as I just said, all of them moving forward will be reversed. Okay. So the present card is 3 of chalices. The chalices are the cups. Cups is the love and the emotion. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and say this. Usually, there's a 50% chance that when the third cup comes up, 3 of cups comes up in a romantic relationship, there's a 50% chance where, there's a third party. The third party can indicate cheating. So let me just say that and get that out of the way. It does not always mean that. Now, as it pertains to this reading, it's saying that there was a short but exciting romance. I equate that to the announcement. When he got on his knees on camera in front of everyone, that was very exciting, but I believe it was short-lived. Okay? This card is saying be wary of any third party that's trying to do harm to your partnership. And some examples are gossiping, third person, and I feel reality TV. I feel like there was some pressure there to piss or get off the pot, do something. You've been talking about Juan and you guys' relationship for 5 years now. So, which has been the longest non-moving storyline. I've never seen anything like it. I don't watch all the franchises, but what is this? So I feel like the pressure, and not that Bravo is trying to do, it's not like they're setting out to do harm. Because I do believe that ultimately, I believe that Robyn does want to remarry Juan, okay? But the timing of it and the way it came about, with this card right here saying be weary of a third party, you know, like third party involvement, basically, that may harm your partnership. Hey, it's either they either talking about gossip, which I did hear he was with somebody else and he did not live with her. I did hear that, and I saw that, and I was going to add that, and then I saw it was just so much information, and I was like, no, I can't do that. I'm trying to keep this short, or at least under an hour. So gossip, third person, reality TV. That combo is what I believe pushed her to push him. Now let's look at what he got in the present position. All right, and here is what's interesting. Okay. Juan's present card, and of course reverse, is the Knight of Pentacles. Here we have another pentacle, and of course Pentacles is the coin. Coin is what? The money, honey. It's the money. So this man so far has been thinking about money, and there's a part of me that wants to say who can blame him, but then the other part of me says, when are you gonna be, I don't want to say when are you gonna get over it, but when are you gonna be okay? You know, like it, I don't know, it kind of looks, so far looks like he ain't never gonna trust her again with a pentacle. Okay, how you gonna marry somebody you can't trust them with your pentacles? That's the issue. But anyway, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. And again, let me say this real quick. He's a part of the court cards, okay? The royalty, the kingdom. And they represent people that are very important as it relates to the reading or the person themselves. This Knight of Pentacles represents Juan himself. This is the slowest moving knight. This knight is careful, conscientious, uneventful, and mutable. Okay, he's prone to change. So there's a sense inside of me that feels like he wasn't. Okay, so him being the Knight of Pentacles, they're moving. You know what I'm saying? They just slow. They're just the slowest. That's all. They're just the slowest. But he was moving. Him and his horse, they was chilling. You know what I'm saying? They was moving. They were getting there. You know what I'm saying? And the mutableness of it, I feel like he wasn't about to do it, but was pushed, forced, nudged. You know what I mean? And if you look at this imagery, look at his face. Ain't his face toe up? Like he don't want to get that pentacle away. If you can look at his I don't know what device y'all looking at this on, but just blow it up, magnify it or whatever. Look at his face. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this. Anyway, he seemed a little upset to me while he got his hand out offering. It don't look like he want to offer it, okay? But the conscientious part is, you know, him wanting and wishing to do what's right. Especially, he wants to do it good, well, and thoroughly. And he does not want to be rushed. Point blank, period. And so this is weird that he went along with it when, you know, the cards is, so far they both look like, you know, he was forced. Okay, let's continue. In the best position for Robyn, it's interesting. It's a major arcana card, which is good. Major arcana cards represent milestones, an event, you know, in your life that will change the direction, you know, possibility of changing the direction, the course of your life or your life mission and all that kind of stuff. Okay, major. That's why it's called major arcana. It's the Lovers. Now, a lot of people sometimes mistake the lovers as automatically meaning a romantic relationship. That is not what it automatically means. What it means is a very important choice has to be made. Okay? So what she sees as the best in this decision to remarry him, Mr. Juan Dixon, is, and of course this is reversed. So in short, it says there may be a sacrifice that you must make in order to have this love. In some ways, all commitment is a sacrifice. Okay? And just in case you guys can't make it out, since all the little fancy writing is on it, but right below that phrase to the left, I thought it'd be cute to add a save the date card. That's what it says. Save the date. Juan Heart Robyn. Okay. I wonder if they sent out any save the dates. And I just heard that she changed it. She was going to have a big wedding, and so that's why she had put it off. Because of the panorama or whatever, she had put it off because she wanted to have a big one. But recently I heard that she's going to have a small one because of the panorama, and they're not going to do a destination one. They was going to do a destination one, girl. So all of that made me ask, are you even going to have one? Like, what? Let me break it down and get to the root of it and see why. Then I can ask later, after we see what was going on in their mind when they went through this proposal process, then I can ask questions branching off from that. Like, is it gonna happen? Anyway, in reverse, the Lovers refers to there is a coldness within the relationship. What was in balance is no longer. The issue that stands in the way of your relationship must be resolved to once again form a closer bond. Realize a choice must be made on what you're going to give up. So this ties back in her doing the calculations, about the balancing and all of that. In her past card, she had to calculate and balance life, love, marriage, family, and see if this was the right time. And then there was the next card, which was in the present for her, was the Three of Cups, which suggested that there's a third party getting involved in this. Then that brings us here to the Lovers, which is making a choice. And because it was in reverse, it's saying that you're not balanced. So the best, I don't know if I kind of want to say she wants to get married thinking that that'll make things better. And I really can't stand it when people feel like getting married or having a child will make their relationship better. Sometimes people just really don't realize that, because going to the root of that, a person needs to understand you don't get into a relationship with someone hoping that they'll make you whole. You have to come into it being whole yourself. No one else can make you whole. So with that being said, once you're in the relationship, you can't want something on the outside to make it better. All right. That's all I'm going to say on that. I ain't going to go too deep in this session. But whether upright or reversed, this card references a decision needs to be made and you're worried about the sacrifice. Okay? And the best is for everything to work out great between both of them. So that's what she envisions to be the best. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and look at the picture. Look at the picture, okay? I didn't even concentrate on the picture as of yet. But they're buying a house. They're going to move into this house. And what I had heard, they just moved into their house. Okay? And in reality, the card is in reverse. And what that means is there's a lot of work that needs to be done in order for her to get to what she envisions to be the best. Like, she's envisioning a happy ever after, two lovers, they just moved into a brand new house, happy ever after type of thing. That's the best, and that's great. There's no, surprise there that that's what you want. However, your cards in reverse, what that means is you still can have it, but there's a lot of work that needs to go into it. It says there's coldness within the relationship. The balance is no longer. So how long are you going to ignore that? There's something that you have to give up. And whatever it is, she don't want to. Let's keep going, see what Juan got going on. Oh, sookie. Looky. The choices. Okay. 7 of Cups is what? The choices. Good choices, bad choices, all kind of choices. Some of these choices can get you in trouble. Now it was in reverse. Look at them choices. Anyway, I'm not getting ready to break it all the way down because I am watching the time. In reverse, instead of choosing the option that appeals to others, you are relying on your own inner wisdom and guidance to show you the best way. So which, you know what, and I knew that this was going to end up being good with it being in reverse. Okay? Because upright, not so much with what those choices are. In reverse, I'm like, okay, Juan, all right. So far, he seems reasonable. Like, this is a card that he has. It's not the coins, not the money, honey. But at the same time, he's saying that he's choosing an option that is best for him. He's using his inner wisdom and not what appeals to others. Now, that sounds like to me that, because remember I told you guys, I feel like there was some nudging by Bravo to go ahead and do this. Whether they nudged and pushed Robyn and Robyn pushed him, or Giselle, because Giselle had a hand in it. Let her tell a story. But ultimately, he's going to use his inner wisdom and F what appeals to others. Okay, let's keep going. We just got done talking about what they envisioned as the best. What I envision as the best is for you guys to click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, go ahead and click that like button. It's okay. I won't tell nobody. The engagement helps my video circulate and move around in the algorithm. Okay, let's build up the Sagey community. So go ahead and help a sister out. If you don't mind, you're watching it. I see, a good number of views, and, the likes just be suffering. They be suffering. So, and then there don't be comments. So, like, even if you don't like it, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and drop down in them comments and just let's have a conversation. I am open. So click like, click subscribe, click the bell to be notified, and share. Share with your sister, share with your brother, share with your mother, share. And let's see what they imagined the worst to be. All right. So the worst is in reverse, and it is the 9 of Wands. Okay, that's a burdensome card. In this case, it is referring to unwilling to meet each other halfway. So this is what Robyn imagines to be the worst of the decision to remarry. So then it makes you wonder, what is the halfway? Like, what's going on? Y'all haven't even, why are you imagining issues and it just really did seem like the excitement was short-lived. It really, really did. So reversed. Excuse me. Despite your best efforts, this relationship you've been fighting for has been draining you. Make sure you're not the only one in your relationship that's willing to do the work. Okay? Okay. And so that's something that's, in her mind and weighing heavy on her mind. Okay, let's look at his worst. For him, you know what? I was going to try not to laugh. Here we go with the Pentacles again with him. This is the Two of Pentacles. Pentacles is the coin. The coin is what? The money, honey. Traditionally, this is the card of harmonious change. It was in reverse, which suggests not being able to juggle career, love, and life. So both of them at this point are thinking about being able to juggle stuff. Her juggling card came in the very beginning. She had Two of Pentacles. That was her past, and that was the one upright. That's what she's most worried about. His comes in the worst position, and it's well, in the reverse, it means that, he's what will be worse to him is not being able to juggle and juggle career, love, and life, balancing all of that. The imbalance can cause undetected feelings of neglect in his partner, in Robyn. So I have a sense, since her worst is that he's not matching her effort. And you have to understand, these are two different point of views. So whatever her point of view, whatever the effort is, the magnitude of effort, it may not be the same as his. His may look different. His magnitude of effort towards making it work, her effort towards making it work, they could be two totally different things. But what they would need is communication, which ties back into the card that, the Lover's card that, I had to write a whole little book on, that basically boiled down to, yeah, you can have it, but you have to put in a lot of work. With that work is a lot of communication. I felt really, my emotions were, there feels like tension between them. Like, this is, whether on camera, off camera, whatever, there's tension there. And they're not communicating the way that they should. They are both feeling similar, but from two completely different point of views. They both feel like they're working just as hard, but they feel like the other is falling short some way or another, and they're not effectively communicating that. Look at me sounding like a marriage counselor. But I'm just repeating what, Spirit is giving me images. That's some of the ways that Spirit communicates with me, images and feelings and stuff like that. And so I'm just speaking them. So it's not really me. But anyway, because I'm not married. But it's just weird to me that they both feel the same way, but the root, and they're like, they could both tell each other the same thing, like, you're not putting in enough effort, and then they can back it up. But the crazy thing is that it's their point of view is different, and they're not communicating well with each other. And that's weird, because they were high school sweethearts. I got the pictures to prove it, okay? I didn't recognize who he still looked like. He still looked like himself. He just needed to comb his everything, his little old, he had a little beard and it all looked like little taco meat, but she looked totally different. Anyway, they've been together for a long time, and blows my mind that after this long, you guys still don't know how to communicate with each other, or you don't feel comfortable communicating with each other. Like, what's the communication problem? Let's continue. What's to come for Robyn is the Magician. The Magician is a beautiful card, and it is a card of manifestation. It's a card that tells you that your higher power is providing in this moment all of the resources you need in order to manifest your dreams, whatever it is you want. Okay? And it's like a gift handed to you. Ooh, I just got the chills, okay? It's like a gift handed to you. It was in reverse. And in this situation, it refers to romantic illusion and romantic trickery. Okay? This sounds like, already it sounds like at the gate a fear of hers. In reverse, this card warns to make sure you truly know your new lover. Even if he seems perfect, this could be a performance. Your inability to manifest your relationship is creating insecurity when it comes to love. Now, when it said that even if he seems perfect, it could be a performance, I added the proposal because I do feel like that was performative. I really do. And when it says it's creating insecurity when it comes to love, I added marriage because that's what we are talking about. She's having insecurity, second thoughts, and all that kind of stuff. So the only way that this can be turned around, Robyn, this is Robyn's, read right now. This is her energy and all that kind of stuff. Robyn can turn this around if she harnesses her power of manifestation. If she taps into the manifestation instead of the doubt. I think her depression is affecting the outcome of this wedding decision. Let's look at his what's to come. All right. His what's to come, reversed as well, is the Emperor. And it mainly represents a power struggle. That's how he sees it. Ain't that you know what? No offense against the men's, but that sounds so manly, like it's a power struggle. She over there being depressed, and he worried about power. I mean, she's been insecure and depressed, which neither one of these are good. You know what I'm saying? She has a fear and she has insecurity, and and I know that that's can be equated to a mental illness. So I'm not making fun of being depressed. I mean, I've been depressed before, okay? So that's not what I'm doing. I'm pointing out the drastic, like the distance of the way that they view this marriage. His is viewed as a power struggle. She has insecurities. Okay. He struggles when it comes to expressing his feelings. He feels what he's doing is right. He wishes Robyn would understand. He feels shafted, like she's not giving him the credit he deserves. When this card came up, it was a strong feeling of he feels like they've been together long enough to where he should not have to say every single word every single time of how he feels. He feels like she should know how he feels by now. She should know him by now. That's how he feels. He doesn't want to express every single feeling every second of the day. You know what I'm saying? And I imagine that's how most men feel, But since she feels insecure, she needs reassurance maybe every second of the day. You get what I'm saying? And that's why one of the cards said you've got to meet at least halfway. They are both so far, their point of view on this, because I don't see that neither one of them truly doesn't want to do it. Okay, because to be honest, I thought that's what I was going to see. I'm just going to keep it 100. I thought one of them really was like lying to themselves. I didn't see that, and that's good. I wasn't hoping for it. That was in the back of my mind. But I go into every reading extremely open, but I'm not going to ignore what the energy that I've been seeing on the television. I'm like, oh, this don't feel right. What's going on? But so they both want it, but they both struggle with that decision for two completely different reasons, and they're not communicating with each other. Okay, so he's a hardworking man who doesn't want to be seen as anything other than that. He does hold a grudge for the loss of money. She holds, now here's where it gets tricky, okay? Now listen to me because I'm about to break it down. She holds resentment for being treated like a doormat. This has been, quote unquote, laid to rest, but remains unsolved. Things have been left unsaid for way too long. Her feeling like a doormat or feeling taken advantage of. And you know what? Let me hold off on that because I was getting that feeling. And, well, let me go ahead and say it. I started it. Let me say it. It's partly her fault because she felt bad with losing his money, and she, wanted to make it up to him. And when she was doing that, she let down some of her boundaries, because each and every one of us walking this earth need to have boundaries that we don't let anyone cross in order to be a healthy, happy being. Okay? And when we let people cross the line and cross our boundaries perpetually, it messes with us mentally, and it could be physically, and it could mess with our health and all that kind of stuff, depending on how far you let that person go. She's at a point where it's really messing with her. But at the same time, even though he's the person who crossed the boundaries, it's both of their fault, because it's her fault for letting them. She let him because she felt so bad for the mistake that she made. And now she doesn't know. It's like she dug a hole and doesn't know how to get out. And it's almost like he don't even see that she's in a hole. You understand what I'm saying? So I hope you guys are nodding your head right now. So it's a tricky situation. The only way to resolve it is excellent communication, which when one person is communicating, the other one has to listen. So that's a part of their issue right there. Let's continue. All right. And Miss Dixon, her energy influence, which is the bonus card, which represents the energy that this person is working off of. Like I always say, like it's the root of the tree, and everything comes from the root. The root is first, and everything, grows from it. The trunk, the branches, the leaves, all of that. The flowers, all of that. The fruit. So you can look at this as like the root, all right? She has another major arcana. And these are major cards. They represent like changes, something big that can change your path in your life. And this one is Judgment. And it was reversed. And I flipped them up so that we can, if need be, examine the pictures and everything. And in short, this means blaming your partner, or it's denial about your love life, or both. Two things can be true at the same time. Reverse, This card is asking you to see yourself and your relationships with honesty. Facing the truth can free you. Figure out what's missing. I feel like she is, I wonder if she's getting therapy. Oh, she did say something about, because I'm like, what triggered her? This is not the first card that says she's trying to figure things out, which is good. If there's something to be figured out, figure it out. You've got to figure it out. It's better to figure things out than deny it or be blind to it, or ignore, it's if which obviously they do need to figure things out. So her energy is trying to figure things out. But first she must be honest about her relationships. Spirit is making it very clear that it's plural. And they're showing her children. So her relationship with her children, relationship with her, not just with Juan, but all her community. You know what I mean? The people who she lets in her life, her family, like her mom and friends, Giselle, everybody. And Wendy, which she just got done speaking. I saw her yesterday and I was getting ready to stop working on this and go live and talk about it. And I said, you know what? In due time. But, she just got done saying to E! Entertainment or whatever that her and Wendy are in worst place after the reunion. Girl, be quiet. Look. She needs to approach all of her relationships, her important relationships in her life, with honesty. With honesty. That's what's missing. If you don't have honesty, then you welcoming in delusion. Which, the summary of this card is blaming your partner and denial about love life. Honey. And that's the energy. That's bad. She needs to put more effort towards figuring out what's missing and facing the truth. That's where she needs to put her effort at. Let's continue to look at his energy influence. Okay. So for all of my new sages, all right, have no fear. Just because you are looking at this devil card, okay? We are not, focusing on the actual devil. This is just a representation of the energy of this card. Just like I just got done saying that the lovers are not romantic lovers. It just means choices. These are just pictures, okay? So don't take it all literal and freak out. Don't do that. Just relax. So his energy influence is a reversed devil card. In the reverse, which this is one of the cards that is good in reverse. Just like earlier he had the Seven of Cups reversed, which was good. That's a good reversal, okay? The devil reversed is a good reversal, in my opinion. And of course, it depends on lots of things, but in this situation, it's good. Reverse, it means breaking free from some negative emotional patterns that have stood in the way of developing strong relationships. Now, see, that's good. And doesn't that sound nearly completely opposite of what Robyn's energy was that I just read? Like, nearly completely opposite. That's an issue. But I feel like there's hope, because what this is saying is that he's learning how to be more open and expressing his self-assuredness in a healthy, positive way that will encourage Robyn to be self-assured as well. If this works, we will see a new independence in Robyn that will allow her to get out of, first of all, help her get back to herself. Okay? And we'll see her get out of Jizzy's lap begging for rewarding pats on the head. If you know what I mean. Okay? I can't wait for that day. Let's keep going. We've arrived at the special deck of messages. So I asked what message would they have to say to each other right now in this moment. Okay? Not asking back when they made the decision to remarry, but right now, as of today. So this is Juan's message to Robyn. He really wants her to know everything you need, your courage, strength, compassion, and love. Everything you need is already within you. Love Juan. Okay. Love Juan. With his nice looking self. Alright. Anyway. He had some basketball pictures where, you know, the muscles was glistening. The muscles with them tattoos was glistening. Anyway, let me go on to Robyn's. I forgot her name. Okay, let me go on to Robyn's message to him. Robyn's message. Just take in the imagery. Take it all in. Robyn's message to him is, to my dearest Juan, the reason it hurts so much to separate is because our souls are connected. Love always, Mrs. Dixon. Not even the future Mrs. but Mrs. Dixon. Okay. Claim it. Okay. And see, that would be a part of manifesting. But this card looks depressing, in my opinion. It's and look at how different they are. Okay? I think I might insert probably right about now. Yeah, I'm gonna insert them side by side. They're so different. And this pretty much sums it up. His card and his message is one of get your strength back, and it's peaceful. Okay? It even looked like that's representing the third eye, but I know that's a flower on the head, but the way I see that's the third eye. Open up your third eye, okay? And meditate. It's peace. It's peaceful. It's within you. You know, it's beautiful. And then hers is of someone who is crying, and it looks painful crying, not like I'm laughing so hard I'm crying. You know, it's just drastically different. That's what they're dealing with. Let's continue. We are almost at the end. All right, here is where I like to personally thank you guys. All right, for listening, watching. Please drop down in the comments. Let me know how you feel, and let me know, did you like this different way? This is not, you know, necessarily how I'm gonna do it all the time if I have a couple, but something just had me do them side by side with their cards. So let me know how you feel about that. And you know, this was very interesting, and I feel kind of sad that they love each other so much and so deeply and intensely. However, their problem is communication. And you know, I guess because communicating ain't never been hard for me. Okay, just honey, I know y'all know communicating ain't been hard for me. I'll tell you everything. Okay, but I ain't quite like Dorit. You know, they said if you ask Dorit what time is it, she'll tell you how to build a clock. That ain't me. All right. And don't be laughing at that either. That is not me. All right. I will tell you I will tell you where you can find the instructions at to build a clock. No, but anyway, please click like and subscribe. All right, remember to just click that button. It doesn't cost you anything. I was reminded the other day that some of you guys think that clicking like or clicking subscribe will cost you. I know it can be confusing because it was confusing to me at first with when join first came on. But the join button says join. Subscribe is free. All right. Clicking like is free. Subscribe is free. Ringing my bell so that you are notified, that's free. Sharing is free. I'm not even eligible yet for the join portion of it. Okay. So, I don't even know. I was gonna say, I don't even think I'm eligible for a super sticker. I don't know. I'm not sure. But which is why I always just put up my Snapchat. No, that ain't called Snapchat. Lord jeez, I ain't even got no dang Snapchat. What is that called? The Cash App thing. All right. Anyway. So please click like and subscribe. It is free, and you are putting out positivity. And let me know if you guys have anyone in mind right now that you'd like for me to do a reading on. And I did see that trailer, the trailer for Real Housewives of Potomac, the reunion, and so that's right around the corner, you guys. And also, just stay tuned because I'm working with a lot of people, and there are things coming up as soon as tomorrow. So even more reason to click subscribe. All right.